Pats Nation, welcome back to Pat's News Center. The New England Patriots have made one thing very clear with the way this roster has been built. They expect to win now. Drake May has more talent around him. The offense looks deeper and more dangerous, and New England has strengthened several major areas of the roster. But there is still one weakness that could become a serious problem when the Patriots start dealing with the best quarterbacks in the AFC, and there may be one blockbuster move capable of fixing it. The Patriots have put together an increasingly imposing offense around May. The addition of A.J. Brown immediately gives New England an elite weapon on the outside, while Romeo Doubs and Hunter Henry bring more reliability to the passing attack. Up front, Elijah Vera Tucker and Morgan Moses provide important reinforcements for the offensive line. And in the backfield, the combination of Ramondre Stevenson and Trevion Henderson gives the Patriots another dangerous element defenses have to prepare for. Defensively, Christian Barmore and Milton Williams give New England serious power on the interior. But the edge rushing situation still raises questions. Harold Landry III is working his way back from injury, while Kayvon Chaisson's departure has made the rotation on the outside thinner than the Patriots would probably like. And Foxborough faithful, that matters. When you're trying to compete with the elite quarterbacks of the AFC, you cannot depend on creative blitz packages every single week just to manufacture pressure. At some point, somebody has to beat an offensive tackle one-on-one and get to the quarterback. That is where Kayvon Thibodeaux enters the conversation. If the Patriots believe this roster is ready to chase a championship, Thibodeaux could be the type of final piece that transforms this defensive front. With the New York Giants reshaping their defense, the possibility has been raised that the talented edge rusher could become available for the right price. And if that opportunity presents itself, New England would have every reason to seriously explore it. Thibodeaux brings exactly the type of explosive athleticism this defense could use off the edge. His first step burst allows him to immediately threaten offensive tackles, and his combination of flexibility and closing speed can turn quarterback pressure into sacks in a hurry. Just as importantly, he is only 25 years old. That means this would not be a move for an aging veteran who might give the Patriots one productive season before declining. Thibodeaux could potentially become a long-term defensive cornerstone who grows alongside May and the rest of New England's young core. Now imagine what that could do for the entire defense. Opposing offensive lines would no longer be able to consistently shift protection toward one dangerous pass rusher. If Thibodeaux is creating problems from the outside, Barmore and Williams could see more favorable matchups inside. Harold Landry III and Draymond Jones would become even more dangerous because offenses would have to account for pressure coming from multiple directions. And perhaps most importantly, Mike Vrabel could create pressure without constantly sending extra defenders. That changes everything. A four-man rush capable of getting home allows the Patriots to keep more players in coverage. And when you have a secondary featuring players like Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis III, and Kevin Byard III, giving those defensive backs additional help could make New England extremely difficult to throw against. Even the best secondary in football eventually breaks down if a quarterback gets 4 or 5 seconds to sit comfortably in the pocket. Against the AFC's top passing attacks, the Patriots need a defensive front capable of forcing quarterbacks to make decisions before they want to. That is what a dangerous edge rusher can provide. If Thibodeaux consistently wins around the corner, quarterbacks have to speed up their internal clocks. Once that happens, Barmore and Williams can collapse the pocket from the middle. Suddenly, what looked like a comfortable passing play becomes a hurried throw, a sack, a turnover opportunity, or a drive-ending negative play. And for a Patriots team expecting to play meaningful games late in the season, those moments can decide playoff games. Of course, the biggest question is what New England would have to give up. Thibodeaux would not come cheaply. But the Patriots have accumulated enough draft capital and young talent to at least construct an interesting offer without destroying the foundation of their roster. One possible path could involve a young receiver such as Kayvon Thibodeaux or Demario Douglas if the Giants are looking for offensive help, along with meaningful draft compensation. New England would not need to empty the cupboard, but acquiring a 25-year-old pass rusher with Thibodeaux's upside would almost certainly require a serious offer. And that is the key question for the Patriots. How aggressive are they willing to be? This is no longer a roster sitting at the beginning of a complete rebuild. May is entering an important stage of his development. Brown gives him a legitimate number one receiving threat. Henry gives him dependability over the middle. The offensive line has been reinforced, the backfield has serious potential, and the defense already features multiple high-level pieces. When a team gets this close to having a complete roster, sometimes the right move is not to protect every future asset. Sometimes the right move is to attack the weakness that could keep you from beating championship-level opponents. For New England, that weakness may be the edge rush. Waiting until the trade deadline could be risky. Injuries could completely change the market. More contenders could become desperate for pass rush help. The Giants could increase their asking price, or they could decide they would rather keep Thibodeaux altogether. If New England believes he is the missing piece, exploring the possibility before the season gets rolling could make a lot of sense, because adding Kayvon Thibodeaux would not simply give the Patriots another good defensive player. It could change how opponents have to block the entire front. It could make Barmore and Williams more dangerous. It could allow Vrabel to rush 4 and drop 7. And it could give an already talented secondary the one thing every defensive back loves to see: a quarterback who does not have time to get comfortable. Pat's Nation, this roster is being built to compete right now. And if New England truly believes it can make a deep postseason run, one more aggressive move for a premier edge rusher could be the difference between being a dangerous playoff team and becoming a legitimate championship threat. Keep it locked right here to Pat's News Center for all the latest Patriots news, rumors, and developments coming out of Foxborough.